My name is Thorsten Overgaard. I'm a Danish photographer. I travel the world and photograph and teach photography. This is my review of the Leica Summilux Aspherical 1.4 Black Chrome. The 50mm Summilux from Leica is an aspherical lens, and according to lens designer Peter Carpe, it's even Apple lens, and that means it's like corrected. If you look at Apple lenses generally, they have really bright and accurate colors. So the funny thing is that I never really got a 50mm aspherical Summilux. I meet a lot of people who have it, and it's really a beautiful lens. In my opinion, it's the one with the best industrial design. It's the one that fits the Leica body the best. It has the balance and everything. And the lens itself is really great. Colors, contrast, sharpness, the bokeh, everything in that lens is amazing. For some reason, I just never got one because I didn't feel it was my lens. My lens is, if you looked at my website, you know, I shoot a lot with the Summilux, and I often shoot it wide open. And that's really a lens I like a lot. I also have used the 50mm Summicron 2.0 from the 60s a lot. The one that's also called rigid. It's not an expensive lens. It's a really good lens, but there's so many of them, so they're not really expensive. It's not a collector's item. They're usually from $500 and up. They only go up to $2,000 if they're like perfect condition, like new. Recently, I had to send my 50mm Apo away, so I thought maybe I get a 50 aspherical Summilux because I kind of need to use this lens. It doesn't make sense that I never use this lens. It's one of the best Leica lenses. So I looked at it, and then I decided that Leica made the Black Chrome version as a limited edition recently, and this one is only made in 500, a limited number of 500. And what's unique about it is that the lens itself, the optics, is the modern optics that came out in 2004, but the barrel here is the 1959 design. So it's solid brass, and then it's painted black. And I really like this classic look, so it's kind of like, yeah, why not get this one? And I found one, the Leica dealer Ken Hansen in New York, he had one, and he could sell it to me and he could ship it to me, so I got this one. When I got it, I knew what the optics was, and I started shooting with it, and I really, I like everything about the optics. I don't know if I'm so happy that I got this limited edition. It's a little bit heavy because it's brass. I can kind of live with that. The aperture ring is moving very soft, and I like to shoot wide open, so I don't want to have that it suddenly moves to something else. It's confusing. So maybe I put a stick on or something. The focus, I'm totally fine with this type of focus. It doesn't have a finger support like the normal 50 Summilux Aspherical has. It's a little bit bigger, it seems, but that's okay. Then it also have a lens shade, and this is really heavy, this lens shade. It must be made of brass, and this is, everything here is like the original Summilux lens that was not aspherical that they made in '59. And you can even see, if you take it apart, you can see this brass here. I mean, this is a piece of beauty, the whole design, and that's basically what everybody who gets this lens says, like, this is the whole build of it, the feel of it is amazing, and it is. However, I took this camera over the shoulder, and I always have a camera on me, so when I traveled from, I think I traveled from LA to New York, I had the camera over my shoulder, and I had a computer bag and a camera bag with me, and I line up to go to security, and I have my lens shade on. And this is like a clip-on lens shade, so it just goes, you press in this and you press it on the camera. And then what I found out is, like, every time my back bumped into this one, it went like this, and it's just rolling away. And that happened 3 times that I have to have people in the security line pick up my lens shade for me. So I gave up on the lens shade. And one thing you also find out when you get this lens that it's not 46mm fillers as with the traditional 50mm Summilux Aspherical. It's 43mm. So that means you can still get 43mm fillers and they will fit, and everything is nothing special about that. The only thing is that when you put on the filler, you cannot put on a lens shade, there's no space for it. And of course that makes me wonder, why didn't they just redesign this? It was a little bit more up to date and then it looked like 59. Why did they just go through all that work and just make it to totally like 959 when not all of it was that great? But that's all. I think what I will be happy about is that this lens was $3,900 when it came out, and it's going to go up in value. It's already up in $4,300 just for currency adjustment. And actually, some years back, Leica Historical Society of America made a limited edition for themselves for 500 pieces. And those ones were sold for $3,500 back then, and they go for $7,000–8,000 on eBay now. So I really like this lens, the optics of it. I kind of regret that I didn't just go with the normal one because it is such an amazing design. But then again, I think I'll just hold on to this one, and I can't wait to see when I start using it a lot and it gets brassing. I can start seeing the brass underneath, and then it's going to look like an old lens from 1959. That was my review of the 50mm Summilux. If you go to my website, I have a long article about this Summilux and the other Summilux, silver and black and everything, and lots of sample photos. And there's also an interview with the lens designer Peter Karpe about the design of this lens and how it's an Apo. So go to my website and read more. And also, if you're really smart, you go to my website, sign up for my mailing list, and you get a free ebook. And you also get, on my mailing list, you get to be in the know when there is new articles and new videos. Thank you.